behind the scenes with future country rock blues kings and queens. Discover them first with Palm Mash TV. Palm Mash TV.
Well, hello there. It's Palm Mash TV time again. Thank you so much for joining us. We got a great interview coming up for you in just a couple moments. But before we begin with that, we have that subscribe button and that bell right down there on YouTube. Just click them both, and anytime a new episode comes your way, you'll be notified. You can check that out. We'd love for you to leave a comment on the comment section, so we hope you'll do that. And if you're on Facebook, go to facebook.com/Palm Mash TV. And feel free to inbox us, follow us there. Send a message on one of the videos that you might see there, and we'd love to hear from you there. And we'd also love to hear from you on email. It's palmmashtv, all one word, @gmail.com. And whether you're a band or a solo artist that want to be on the show, or simply a fan, because we love fan mail, send us an email and we'll get back to you. And all of this will be repeated again at the closing credits at the end of the show, so stay tuned for that. From Kingsport, Tennessee, we have Elizabeth Presley with us today. She's the daughter of the late Elvis Presley, and she's a really awesome artist, and I think you're going to agree. And we're going to get to that in just a moment. Matter of fact, it starts right now. Okay, we're back, and with us from Kingsport, Tennessee, we have Elizabeth Presley, and she's the daughter of the great Elvis Presley. And we're glad to have her today. Thanks so much for coming on the show, Elizabeth.
Oh, thank you very much for having me. And very much so,
Did you decide to become an artist because of your dad, or did he encourage you in any way? Or maybe you could talk a little bit how you wanted to become an artist.
Really, it wasn't something I wanted to become one. It's like I started when I was very young. So I was naturally an artist, and naturally singing. When I was 5 years old, I used to sing in my bedroom and speed up the records. And then started to sing rock and roll and dance as well. And I remember going downstairs to my adopted parents. I didn't know they were adopted at the time, and said, "Look, I've got this dance that is made up and singing I'm doing." They said, "Oh, that's just like Elvis Presley. Both of you are never going to go anywhere." Of course, my dad did, and I'm home, so that's good.
Well, that's good, and you're very good at what you do, and I hope you'll be around for a while.
Thank you, me too. That'll be good.
Besides your father, was there any artist that you grew up that influenced you? I there were a lot of artists back in that time. Maybe there's a few artists that you liked. Why don't you share them with us?
Yeah, Cliff Richard inspired me quite a bit. And also, Rod Stewart, Chuck Berry, Little Richard, the Drifters, all that sort of thing. In fact, we lived by those songs. As a child growing up, we lived by the songs. We didn't just listen to them, we lived by them. We listened to them and lived those songs.
Yeah, those were some good bands. I do believe Benny King was part of that group of Drifters, was not?
I don't know. I think so. I think he was, actually. Yeah, I'll have to look that up, actually. Make sure.
I was just trying to remember, because I know Benny King used to be with a group, and then he went solo. It seems like it's the Drifters, but...
and then the Commodores as well.
Yes, the Commodores. They were definitely legendary, and I grew up listening to a lot of their songs. And
3 Times a Lady, that's one of my favorites.
Right, yeah, that's right, because Lionel Richie, I do believe, was with that group.
Right, yes, that's right. And also my friend Skylar Jett was part of that group for a while as well.
Yeah, those are legendary groups for sure. Now, if anybody out there is watching this show right now and they want to know how to get a hold of you or download your music or anything, tell us where we could do that.
I actually released some songs when I first came home, but I'm just kind of putting those aside because they're my starter songs. Every artist, when they start recording, do it the cheap way, and that's what I did. And so now we're doing things properly. And Scared Little Child, you just search my name, Elaine Elizabeth Presley, then that will come up on YouTube, Scared Little Child. And we're actually changing that song to be slightly different now. I'm also going to be bringing a lot of new songs out as well, which I'm very excited about.
Okay, we'll get out there and get that music from Elizabeth Presley, everybody. I know she'd be happy for that. And and speaking of that, just a moment ago, you said Scared Little Child. That is actually the video we're going to be showing, obviously. Why don't you tell us a little story about that song? We'd love to hear it.
Yeah, Scared Little Child is a true story. I like when I write songs, I always write them as a true story. I've actually written 2 for my sister, and I wrote a book for my mum. My mum is Presley, and I love her and my sister very much. And Scared Little Child is actually about the story about me when I was a kid. I used to go into the church and pray, and I used to pray at the altar, and I used to close my eyes and pray to God. And one day I opened my eyes and looked up, and there's 3 beautiful angels standing right by my side. So that's what the song is about, you know, because I'm no longer a scared little child, you know, because I knew God was right by my side after I did see those angels.
Yeah, it does sound like a self-explanatory type of a song, and as I said, it is a really great song, and
True song, a very spiritual song.
right.
And when you see the church all kind of lit up, that's how it kind of felt when you're outside, realizing you just saw 3 angels. You're like, whoa. And then you slowly walk back to the church because you're scared, your heart pounding deep in your chest. And you go into the church and there's nobody there and the angels are gone, but you knew God was right by your side.
Yeah, well, that's good, and I know everybody's dying to hear it. We'll get to that in 1 second. But before we get into that, I think that's all the time we have for right now. Elizabeth, we thank you so much for being on the show. It was an honor to meet you, and we would, if you ever have anything new to plug in the future, let us know. We'll have you back on a second time.
Sounds lovely, Paul. Thank you very much. And it's wonderful meeting you. You're a lovely man. And I had a great pleasure doing the show today. And I would say hi to all the fans, my mum, Presley, my sister, Liz Marie, and all my fans out there, and everybody in Kingsport, Tennessee, and Memphis, Tennessee, and the world. Have a lovely evening and be good to yourselves.
Okay, we appreciate that, Elizabeth. And let's get right to Scared Little Child right here on Paul Mash TV, and it starts right now.
To the church, 'cause I was lonely, feeling lost, feeling down, feeling scared. I prayed on my knees at the altar. Oh God, to guide me. When I looked up with my eyes wide open, boy, was I surprised. 3 angels were right there before me, so brightly alive. God came to me to guide me, and I was just a scared little child. You scared me, so I ran out of the church. I didn't get far before I stopped in my tracks. I slowly walked back to the church, with my heart beating fast in my chest. The angels were gone, but I knew that God had answered my prayer. From that moment on, I felt not lost or lonely. I knew God was right by my side.